time! It's time!
Let's go! Welcome to RobDaManMedia with co-host Coach Dre.
Yo. Y'all can hear me. We in the building. Let me know. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me right now. What up, Coach Dre? Good. All right, we good. All right, welcome in around the Man Media with my co-host Coach Dre in the building. Y'all know how we do this, man. We got a fire impact show today. I'm trying to tell you, we got some fire things that we're gonna have dropping for y'all. Hey, but before we get into everything, I want to give a couple shout outs and everything before we do everything. Man, shout out to the producer, you know what I'm saying, in the background. Shout out to the team. We got some exclusive interviews coming for y'all this month of July. This weekend, we got Khalil Benson. This Sunday. So, hey, Khalil Benson will be in the building with us this Sunday with B-Watts. Come pull up on us. Come check out the interview. You see the two people on that screen, Mama Benson and Khalil will both be in the building this Sunday. So, hey, y'all tune in, y'all top in, because we're going to have Mama Benson and Khalil Benson this Sunday. So, hey, y'all know how we be rocking. Coach Dre, what's the word?
You know me, man. Blessed and highly favored. Glad to get to another Friday, another week in the bank for CU football. You know, closer and closer to fall camp. Same thing for me and Eastside. Another good day at the stadium. Just got through this morning. So, you know it's football. It's football in the air. So, it's about that time.
Yes, sir. How you feel? You know, we got Khalil and, Mama Benson on this weekend. So, you know, how we rocking, baby. How we rocking. Hey, you know, the last time we was on with them, you know how epic that show was. But how you feeling having Mama Benson and Khalil back on the show with us?
I mean, what I want people to do is
You break it up, Coach Dre. But hey, when Coach Dre tap back in, he gonna give his thoughts about it this weekend. Man, it's gonna be a fire show. You guys do not want to miss it. Hey, I'm telling y'all, when y'all drop that first super chat, we got exclusive video for y'all. Whoever dropped that first super chat, we got something in store for y'all. But hey, now back to the next thing we had on topic right quick. Before I forget, we do got an NCAA College Football 25 Dynasty League for RobDaManMedia. It's $25 to get in the league. We will be running 3 seasons. You win a national championship, there will be a prize for every time you win a national championship in the league. So, hey, y'all want to tap in with us. Y'all want to, feel like y'all the best coach, y'all the best GM. Y'all know how to play this. Y'all know how to play that. Pull up on us. We got the PlayStation 5 League on lock. Come reserve your spots today. There are still some great teams left. Over half the league is already filled. So we're just trying to get the rest of the league filled up. If you want to join, please tap in. Please tap in with us. Because the game is coming out next week. We want to make sure that we got everything up and running. We will give a couple of days for everybody to get the game, play, and do everything before we start the league. So, man, y'all tap in with us. It's going to be something great that we're doing. It's the first annual RobDaManMedia NCAA College Football Dynasty League. We do got a fantasy league that's coming. So, that's going to be something totally separate. But, hey, we coming, man. All y'all got to do is tap in with us. If you got any questions, just reach out to me or reach out to J-Dot. We'll get you in the league. But, hey, it's time, man. So, y'all pull up on us, and we're going to get this thing rocking. But y'all know, man, it is Hot Topic Friday. We got some hot topics. Yes, USC is still available right now. I think USC might be gone. Oh, no, they are still available. Okay, so USC is still available if you want USC. But like I said, the first person that's in the super chat, y'all go see something real special. So we ain't going to tell you what it is, but when y'all see that first super chat, it's going to be on and popping. But Coach Dre, what's the word?
I mean, like I was saying, one of my boys that called in. When we on Saturday, y'all just sit back and listen to a real parent, a parent that's been through recruiting with high character and is not just looking for the money and letting you know. So just sit back and listen to Mama Benson talk. She's a great lady. Like I said, we had the pleasure to be in a space with her maybe a few months back, and it was a great night. I mean, I think she was in there like an hour or so. I think that night we had Pastor Dewey in there as well. So, we just blessed and highly favored, man. We ain't, I told you, we just, we just a nobodies, man. We just, like I said, we just pushing this positive movement. And that's what we're gonna always push. That real positive movement, trying to uplift somebody, trying to care about somebody, trying to show somebody that you care and love for them. So, that's our thing, and that's how we gonna rock over here on Rob with Coach Dre. You know what I'm saying?
And before we get into all the topics, man, make sure y'all smash the like button. Let's run this thing up. Let's get this thing in the algorithm right now. Like I said, we got a great show that we gonna give y'all today. Coach Dre don't even know what we finna drop today. So, hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, because I haven't even talked to Coach Dre about it. But the last thing I'm gonna talk about before we get into everything is if you're trying to join RobDaMan Discord, it's a community of people. We show all the CU content. All the CU games in there. We have recruiting information. We talk about all the different types of sports in there. We got a movie section. So if you want to join the Discord, all you got to do is just reach out to us, because there is a vetting process that we do go through to make sure that you are a real person and not a robot. The Discord is free. So all you got to do is just reach out to us. We just want to make sure that you are a real person before we send a link to anybody to let you in. So, hey, you want to join the Discord, pull up on us. We do got two separate Discords. We got a Discord for just the NCAA football, which is totally separate from our regular Discord. Our regular Discord, we do show Colorado football games, and we show key football games of the week. So any big-time marquee football game that people request, we play that, and we also play the Colorado football game. So it's like you in there. We do chat. It is a live chat and everything in there while everything is going on. So y'all just pull up on us. So if y'all want to get in the Discord, all you got to do is just hit us up, and we'll see you the leak. Okay. What if you were a member of the previous Discord? All you got to do is, if you was a previous member, we did just delete a lot of people out of there. If you was a former member, all you got to do is just reach back out to us. We'll send you a new link so you can get in. Just that simple. Let me see what else do I need to hit before we good. But, man, how's everybody doing, man? How everybody doing? Let me know in the chat how everybody doing, where you checking in from. It's a great Friday. We got a great show that we got coming for y'all. So y'all just let me know what we doing. What we doing? Coach Dre.
Y'all know it just dropped right then. I don't know what happened right then.
Oh, no, you good. We about to get into this first topic. So this first topic we finna get into was just a recent interview that Coach Prime just did with Phillip Dukes. Shout out to Phillip Dukes, man. That's our guy. He just did an interview with Coach Prime, and he talked about a certain thing that I wanted to touch upon. So I definitely want to hit on to this right quick. So whenever you're ready, man, just go ahead and drop that video for us.
What God told me the other day was profound, man, and I'm gonna share it with you.
Okay.
He said, what God told me the other day was profound, man, and I'm gonna share it with you.
Okay.
He said, you either giving someone an opportunity or a chance. Now, if I give you an opportunity, that means I feel as though you were ready. Right. I feel as though you got something inside of you that's going to take advantage of that opportunity. And that opportunity is on you once I give it to you.
Right.
Now, if I give you a chance, I really don't trust you. I really don't believe in you. And you take this chance and you mess that up, now that's back on me.
Right.
Because I shouldn't have done it anyway. But I wanted to give it to you because I thought you deserved it.
That's heavy, Coach.
And my chances have gotten me in trouble, not my opportunity.
All right, so Coach Dre, did you hear the clip?
Yes, sir. I heard it.
Right. How you feel about what Coach Prime was speaking upon as far as opportunity and chances?
I mean, it's just life, and it's really the way that things should operate, and that's the way things probably do happen. You know, sometimes that you shouldn't give a person an opportunity, but because of your kind nature and your good heart, and maybe even somebody else speaking up for them, you give them the opportunity. Now, with that opportunity that you give is given, is what you do with it that means the world to somebody. I tell people all the time, it's not about saying I love you, it's about showing I love you. It's not about giving you a first or second chance, it's what you do with that first or second chance. Do you make it and make somebody appreciate that they took their time to give you the chance to redeem yourself if you've done something wrong? Or in footballing cases, like you say, it's places where sometimes these guys are getting hired off of, you know, I might not know you, but this guy vouched for you and say you're a good person, you're a good coach, this, and this, and I have to go off of that and I give you the chance not knowing. So you always have to be open-minded to the situation. But if anybody gives you the chance, you have to be grateful and show your appreciation and show your thankfulness for that chance. And in this day and age and in this world, a lot of people don't do that. They forget where they come from. They forget somebody. And then when it's your turn to give somebody a chance, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't reach. You don't try to pull nobody up with you. You get up. Some people get up and they forget that, hey, somebody had to reach their hand down and help me come up. And that's I think that's the biggest thing I think that I took from what Coach Brown was saying in that segment.
I mean, the biggest thing that I took, right, when he talked about chance, right, is that's somebody that's really not believing in you, right? I'm putting everything on the line for you for opportunity that you might not even be ready for. But I'm going to give it to you anyway just to show it ain't going to be on me when you get the opportunity and you fail. I'm not saying that you're going to fail, but I know better. That's kind of what I took about when we talk about chance. And opportunity, when you look at the opportunity side of this, I've been blessed and fortunate to be in situations that a lot of people couldn't. And I just ran with it. Whatever came with it. And I think a lot of people miss this message, right? And so shout out to Phillip Dukes, right? If you don't know what interview we're talking about, it is pinned right now that you can click on that link. After we go off live, click on that link, man, and go check out this interview in its entirety. This is just a clip of it, right? Of Coach Prime speaking about opportunity and chances, and he took a lot of chances last year versus giving certain people opportunities. So I just want some people to go back and listen to it in that realm so you can really understand, he know that he made mistakes last year and he did his due diligence to try to fix it this year. That's the message that I really got out of, what he said. Speaking upon the opportunities and chances, right? Sometimes we give people chances to help people, prosper, even though we know it might not be the right decision, but because we was blessed with the opportunity, we wanted to give the light to some people. And some people, they wasn't ready for it. That's just what it is. And football, so real, in context of football, him having to make decisions is part of the job description as a head coach. Nothing deep about it. So I want you to go back and I want you to really just listen, right? Before you think about what you're going to say, just sit back and actually listen. And I'm going to play it back I'm gonna play it back one time for you. I just want you to sit back and listen. Don't say nothing. Just sit back and listen to what Prime for to say.
What God told me the other day was profound, man, and I'm gonna share it with you.
Okay.
He said, "You either giving someone an opportunity or a chance." Now, if I give you an opportunity, that means I feel as though you were ready. Right. I feel as though you got something inside of you that's going to take advantage of that opportunity. And that opportunity is on you once I give it to you.
Right.
Now, if I give you a chance, I really don't trust you. I really don't believe in you. And you take this chance and you mess that up, now that's back on me.
Right.
Because I shouldn't have done it anyway. But I wanted to give it to you because I thought you deserved it.
That's heavy, Coach.
And my chances have gotten me in trouble, not my opportunity.
All right, so you're asking what's the content. So the content, so here's what the question was. The question was, what did you learn from year one going into year two? And that's the reason why that's why the statement was made. So it was really about what did you learn from year one or year two? That's why Prime was speaking about chances and opportunities. You got anything else you want to touch upon on that, Coach?
No,
Coach
I mean, it's pretty. Like I say, it's pretty self-explanatory. Opportunity and chances. Is I believe in you with the opportunity and the chances. I might not have that same belief in you that I had in the person I gave the opportunity to, but I'm giving you the chance. When maybe, like you say, maybe that's just like maybe this kid might have got in a little trouble here and might not was cutting it in the classroom or might not wasn't doing this, but I gave you the chance so you could turn it into an opportunity. Did you get that? Let me say it out loud for some people in the back that might have couldn't hear what Coach said. I gave you a chance so you could turn it into your opportunity. Because you might, like I say, even like in the NFL and all this upcoming stuff, sometimes people have character flaws and this, that, and the other. So you hear people say, I'm taking a chance on them. And then those guys that they feel that are surefire picks, and they believe in it, they're in a whole different category. So and that's the way of life. But I always believe in giving someone a chance because sometimes that person that you give that chance, he turns it into his opportunity. So I can understand that. But like he say, and a lot of times when coaches get in trouble or you get in trouble in life is with the people that you gave that chance to. Because most time the people that you give the opportunity to, they've showed you that they're appreciative, they're thankful, and that you kind of know what they're gonna give you when you give them that opportunity. Most of the time, that person that you give that chance, that's when people get in trouble, or it could backfire on you. But sometimes that chance can also be your greatest accomplishment. So I get where Coach was coming from with that.
For sure, no doubt. So, hey, we gonna get into this next clip, right? With Coach Prime from Media Day, because we haven't really gave our thoughts about Media Day yet. We did our show, but Media Day happened, days after our show. So we're gonna get into this first clip about Media Day, and we're gonna come right back.
An obligation with whom you are to perform at a higher level or coach at a higher level.
Yeah, yes, I'm judged on a different scale. My wins are totally different than your wins. Your wins, you just judging football. That's why I have to start out and give you education and academics and so forth. I have to give you those things so you understand there's a greater scope. I can't win 9 games and our GPA suffers. Our GPA can't be high, but we lose another 8 games. We can't not go and grab high school players and you got a bunch of guys in the portal, out of the portal that's getting incarcerated. My wins are different. We have to win in every area. That's the way we're judged. And I'm cool with that because we come a little different.
So there you have it, right? That's just one piece of what we're gonna talk about as far as Media Day with Coach Prime. from media day, right? His wins being judged differently than other people's wins. At the end of the day, where everybody's Super Bowl, whether you like it, whether you agree or disagree with it, one thing for sure that you can't disagree with, every game that Colorado is going to play, whether it's at home, away, or a neutral site, it's sold out. So you can't say we ain't everybody's Super Bowl because everybody wants to go to that game. But how you feel, Coach Dre?
I mean, he told you the what killed me about people is when people tell you the truth, people want to spin it. Or they don't want to hear it the way that it got put out. He told you the truth. His wins are judged differently. If he wins and they get in trouble, no one's going to care about the wins no more. They're going to care about the trouble. If he loses, but he got high character kids, you're not going to talk about the high character kids. You're going to talk about the losses. If you win with the Portal kids, and if he wins the way he been winning, they're going to, everything they push is called what you call pushing the goalpost every time he succeeds. They're going to try to find a way to make it seem like he didn't succeed. So he has to win in every aspect. So for me right now, all we have to do is win on the football field because he's already shown you that he can win in every other aspect. High character kids. Great family atmosphere. The grades is what people want to see. So now all you have to do is win on the football field. But yes, he's judged differently. And he understands it. He understands because I do it differently. I do it my way. I don't do it the normal way. I don't do it the way that this one did it or your favorite coach did it or how this been being done in college. I'm doing it my way. And I got swag with it and the way I talk and who I am. But he's being himself. And I always press for people to be themselves. And Coach Prime presses for that. And so he shows you that. He doesn't try to change it up. He don't try to be nobody else. He tries to be himself. And so, yes, you know his wins are judged differently. Even when we win, it's going to be a problem. But even at media day, you see kids, they up doing their thing, but everybody showing their watch off. Everybody doing this Shadeur. So don't say that the people not looking. What 4-8 team getting this kind of hype? I know a lot of other 4-8 teams and teams that had losing records that you don't even know about, that you don't even talk about. Most losing teams you don't talk about. So,
How about the walk-ons? How about the walk-ons that just shot a commercial?
Hey man, I told again, man. That's why I tell people I'm just a nobody. I don't know nothing, and I don't claim to be smart. And y'all think I'm being, coach just trying to be extra. I ain't trying to be extra. I am, but I'm just telling y'all what this man is doing and what you haven't seen in all the years of college football. And as long as you've been watching college football, when have you seen this happen? When have you seen walk-ons get treated this well? Getting put in videos, being highlighted and spotlighted, and knowing that maybe these kids might not be professional football players, but they're going to be professional at this, and they're going to be professional at that, and they're going to be professional at that, and it makes them feel good. See, making somebody feel good should be your goal every day.
Facts.
My goal when I wake up every day is to bless somebody.
Be a blessing, not a stressing.
And if I can do that, my God, what my day has become. So that's what you have to, and like I said, that's what you have to give Coach Prime his flowers for, is because not only is he talking about it, he's showing you that it can be done. He's showing other coaches you can highlight these kids. And if I'm a walk-on and I like football, like it's kids that know they might not be D1 level, but I like football. I want to be on the team. I like what the team atmosphere and what this brotherhood brings. I just want to be around. Why would I want to come to Colorado where they treat me like I'm equal? Well, I sit at the. Go ahead, Papa.
I think that's the part that a lot of people, it go over their head. It go over like the things that you see, like you actually physically see, right? Because a lot of people, they get mad because they're like, well, this team doing it, this team doing it, but where's the proof at? Show me what's going on, because I can see it here. I can't see it there. Right? We talk
Again,
about true NIL stuff, and Prime is showing you day by day. He is the king of marketing. He's the king of NIL, because he's showing you. It don't matter what your role is, what your title is on this team. We all a family. And if I come across something that could benefit everybody, I'm going to do my job to make sure everybody benefits. And that's what a lot of people forget about, because Prime didn't have to have those walk-ons, third string, second string, people do that, and have Tyler Brown in there doing that commercial with them. He could have just picked the best 7 that he wanted featured in there, but he didn't.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of people miss that. I have a mixture of what people could consider the stars or the best players to the mixture of kids that. So now these kids are interacting with these guys, and you get what I'm saying? It's no animosity, it's no hate, because hate and jealousy is a real thing. But
yeah.
I can't be jealous when I'm getting the same thing you getting. I'm in here with Tyler Brown. If I'm Cass Cleveland, I'm a preferred walk on. Yes, I went to IMG, this, that, and the other, but coach value me. I'm in here with Tyler Brown. You get what I'm saying? Also, a guy that I go to war with in them trenches in the offensive line and stuff like that. So, man, like I say, man, y'all just be ready for this thing, because it's getting ready to take off. And again, people are scared because once it takes off, now kids look and see, oh man, I can go here and be part of this and be happy and be in a healthy environment and get shown love, be taught how to be a great human being or be a great man and be a great and be functional in society. And for you D1 athletes and you guys that think you can make it to the pros, I can get here and see what it takes and how to be a good teammate and how to deal with all these things that come with it. All these things that come with it. And so, like I say, man, as long as I got breath in my body, I'm going to rep Coach Prime in Colorado or what Coach Prime is. Like I say, I rock with Coach Prime because, like I say, I know what he did for the HBCU scene. And I'll never, you can never thank him enough for that.
You know what's crazy to me, Coach Ray? But before I make this point, shout out to B Watts. We got a show Sunday with B Watts, with Mama Benson and Khalil Benson. Y'all pull up on us. Hey, we got that first super chat. I just said, when we get that super chat, it's gonna drop.
Some people aiming every chance that they get. I don't want these people talking about it.
Yeah, they talking about it.
Yeah, they been mad at the pay where you can tell them keep on hating because the money never running out. Be the money or the well player be stunning every time a youngin' pull it out. Be the money.
Hey man, we just had to drop that for y'all, man. Shout out to D guys for the super chat. But back to the point I was trying to make. When you talk about Coach Prime in Colorado, right? If this situation happened in Colorado, it'd be a national headline, and you wouldn't hear the last of it. But everybody's sweeping this under the rug when it comes to Coach Prime. I mean, when it comes to Georgia and all these arrests for speeding tickets, drinking and driving, reckless driving, and all this is getting swept on the rug. But if it was Coach Prime in the Colorado Buffaloes, it'd be a national headline. And I ain't just talking about 1 or 2 players. It's about up to 12, 13 players in the last 18 months, and they can't seem to fix this problem in Georgia. But nobody want to talk about that, though.
I mean, this is what I'm going to say, bro, because I ain't going to, like I say, I ain't going to never, I feel like Georgia might need to get these kids some help because you get what I'm saying, but it comes down to the ego. it comes down to the ego, and sometimes you have to check these young men's ego. I check young men's ego all the time, and they just in high school, and that's what you have to do, because I'm from the old school of coaching. I coach whatever show up. And so if you the stud and you don't show up, it's just like I tell them, it's just like your mom and dad to go to work every day. If they don't show up on that day, they don't get paid. They paycheck ain't gonna look like the other person that showed up every day. They paycheck gonna be show. Well, your paycheck gonna be show. You understand? Georgia.
I'm glad you made this statement. Rob, please don't come for Georgia. Georgia might have its issues, but on the field, they're winning. Kirby Smart is a great coach.
He is. But what we saying is,
but here's my hold on. Before we go into this, what makes a great coach?
What makes a great coach?
I'm not asking you, Coach Dre. I'm asking real. What makes a great coach? Because your definition of what a great coach is, he just got better talent. That's it. That don't mean he's a great coach. I've yet to see Kirby Smart win with average talent. I'm just saying.
Well, like I say, don't real, when you say stuff like that, see, that's the kind of stuff get folks in trouble when you try to sweep, like Rob said, you try to sweep it under the rug like it's not an issue, and you go back to the football stuff. It's got to be bigger than football, real. Like I say, we talking about staying in a state where it's a big time football team, and staying in a city where this did go on. Well, we had major arrests at the University of Florida, and you know what they started saying about Urban Meyer? And Urban Meyer had won 2 national championships, just like Kirby Smart. You know what they started saying? He doesn't have control of his football team.
Yeah, because all it's about, right? It's all about wins, right?
Because after a while, it stops being about wins, and you start getting judged for other stuff. Like football season is the end, and this is the stuff that they are talking about. You see what I'm saying? What Rob is trying to get.
Go ahead, Coach.
That's what Rob is trying to get y'all to understand, that if this was happening in Colorado every other week or however many times it happened, you see it on SportsCenter, you see it on this, you see it on that. And with him not even winning, see, that's the thing. Y'all giving Kirby the leeway because he's winning. I bet you Kirby doesn't feel that way. I think Kirby a great man. I bet you Kirby don't feel that way if you get Kirby and ask him, man, yeah, this is not indicative of what I'm trying to teach. And right, you can't control these young men, but you have to push a certain narrative to make them understand about it. And so what Urban had to do was he had to suspend some kids indefinitely. And they had to earn their way back on the team. I had to step outside of my box and set a standard. It couldn't just be about winning. It had to be about making better young men. And anybody that don't believe me, just go to the Gainesville Sun, look up the arrest records when Urban was here. It was outrageous.
Yeah, it was. It was
outrageous. I'm talking about. I ain't just talking about DUIs and stuff of that nature.
It was.
And that's what started. And like I say, he had won 2 national championships just like Kirby. That's why I can talk about it real, because he was on the same level as Kirby Smart. After a while, they start deducting what you're doing as a football coach when you can't control your atmosphere and control what your kids is doing. And that's why I tell you, Prime is winning at everything else. So now all we got to do is put winning football games over here, and it's a complete package. And when you get the complete package and it bust open, nobody's ready for that. Because now we sitting on top of the mountain and there's nothing you can say about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. The minute, see, and this is the problem that we got is, soon as winning involved, we sweep everything under the rug. It's still a problem. Whether you want to say it's a problem or not, it's a problem. You're still impacting these young men's life because you're allowing it to happen. And it's not something that just happened once. It's happening repeatedly. So you're allowing it to happen, or you are tolerating it to happen. You know what I'm saying? And so for me,
hey, there you go. There you go. There you go, Rob. That's the key statement right there. Either you're allowing it, either you're condoning it, or you're allowing it to happen. Which one is it right now, Kirby? Which one is it right now, Kirby? But I don't think it's either one. Again, but when you're in control of what people consider right now the standard in college football, but again, it's still not getting blown up like it should. Y'all got to also understand that Georgia lost a football player to this.
Yeah, and they still haven't
like
learned from
y'all, let's real. Y'all like that's what I'm saying. Real, y'all got to stop acting like y'all didn't lose a football player in a GA or some kind of assistant to this. Same type of stuff. So now, one time, shame on them. Second time, like when somebody gonna step in?
Yeah.
When somebody gonna say enough is enough? Because you guys have already went through loss at the University of Georgia. So it's got, again, guys, it's got to be more than football. And like I said, I don't want to beat down no kids because they're young men. They make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. But I just want them guys to get the help that they need. And if they need help, like Coach Prime got, he has programs because sometimes the kids might not feel comfortable coming to the coaches or somebody like that, to male figures. That's why I like that coach got a lot of those women around, because those women are like mothers, and most boys and men, that's who they talk to. So if I got a problem, they might go to Mama T first, or his sister, or the lady, Miss Taylor, that just got there, or the other ladies that they just introduced the other day on one of the videos, and can tell them what's going on so they can get them some help. So if anybody knows that going on at Georgia, hey man, see if them boys need some help.
I think that's the issue that always gets skipped. That's the issue that always gets skipped over. You want to avoid the problem or what's going on, and you don't want to hit it head on. As a coach, you got to start to recognize it's certain things going on in your locker room, and you got to hit this head on and start cutting it loose, right? It's all fun and games with the SRTs and the Hellcats sitting outside and this, that, and the third, until multiple people keep losing their lives. Because let the situation happen again and Georgia lose a player or another coach, and see what kind of water Kirby Smart get into then. Y'all think, it's because of winning football games, they're going to keep him around. There's going to be some accountability sooner rather than later. You got to get it in control. Because if the shoes fit on somebody else's shoes, y'all would lose y'all mind. Y'all will be in every chat that Colorado has, blowing it up out of control, like, because y'all seen this. But y'all can't even hold y'all own school that y'all root for or university that y'all root for and hold them accountable for what's going on and they action. Y'all just think it's all cute and it's fun and games. You don't know if you're going to wake up and see that person tomorrow. You don't even know if that person's going to be able to play this season. We got to start holding each other accountable for these type of things. I'm not trying to make this a CU versus a Georgia thing. I'm just addressing.
Hey, I listen, I'm
just addressing it because I feel like a lot of people are trying to sweep this under the rug, and I'm talking about the media too, trying to sweep this under the rug when it's a major issue.
You want me to go to Walmart or the dollar store?
Because every time you turn around, there's a player from Georgia getting pulled over or in some type of wreck because of reckless driving. And I'm not saying they don't make mistakes, but some things got to be addressed, because if it was on the other foot, y'all have an issue. Go ahead, Coach Ray.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, and this is definitely not a CU versus Georgia thing. It's just for all kids or any parent or anybody that's in here listening. I'll tell this story because it's my story and can't nobody do this. I've been coaching a long time. I coached at East. I've always coached at East Side. We had a rising basketball star. His name was Dante Anderson. I think he was ranked 3 or 4 in the country. Lil Bootsy came to town. And because he didn't want the kids, to be grown and try to sneak out and come to his concert, he gave a concert early up in the day. And then, he did his thing at night.
I remember this day.
I was working an overnight job. and these boys came through. I'm like, what y'all doing out? Dante was supposed to be in Jacksonville the next morning at some big AAU thing. I said, what y'all doing out? Oh, coach, we getting ready to go home, such and such and such and such. When they left my drive, when they left me, I said, y'all go here. They said, coach, we going straight home. About 6:30 in the morning, our head coach of football at that time, he comes in. He got tears in his eyes, and this guy is like my dad, so I'm thinking something happened to my mom or something happened to somebody in my family or somebody in his family. He say, Dante got killed in a car accident early this morning. I say, Dante just left me. He just left from here. I just talked to him. Not only did Dante get killed, but another kid got killed that was also in the car with Dante. It was 4. When Dante was in the car, it was 4 kids in the car when he pulled up on me. I'm hurt. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm flabbergasted. I get home. It's a young man sitting on my step. It's the other young man that was in the car, because everybody telling me it was only 3 people in the car. 3 people in the car. And I was like, no, it was 4 people in the car when they left me. Young man sitting on the step and he in tears. He come up and he grabbed me and he just say, coach, they said they wasn't going home yet. I told him, let me out the car because coach told me to go home. Coach told us to go home. And so if y'all ain't finna go home, just let me out and I'll find me a way home. The kid found his way to my house. Sitting on the steps. He alive now. The kid's a lawyer. Got a family. But every year we come back and we go to that site as a group to remember Dante and to remember, what could have been. But again, it comes back to the choices that you make in life. And listening is a choice, whether people know it or not, because you can listen or you don't have to listen. Listening is a choice. So like I said, I just want what's best for those young men at Georgia, because they're still young men trying to learn their way through life. And I want what's best for them. But we gotta, just like anything, we gotta confront the problem first before we can fix it. We gotta confront the problem first before we can fix it.
Hey, real. I don't know. I didn't say I did know. But one thing I do know, when something keeps happening over and over and over again, it's a pattern. So clearly it ain't being addressed. That's one thing I do know. Because if it was being addressed, the situation would keep happening over and over and over and over again. So yeah, you're right. I don't know what Kirby Smart is doing. But I do know it's a pattern. And it's been well overdue for something to get addressed. That's what I do know. We got to stop. You got to stop sweeping it under the rug because they're winning football games, right? There's people losing lives over this because all you worry about is winning a football game. And it's bigger than football. Because guess what? If they do this now, when they get to the league, you think the league going to put up with this? You think the Shield going to put up with this? Okay. Keep condoning it. Keep condoning it. And when them young men get to the league, see what happens to them. Because I guarantee you ain't rooting for them when they get in the league.
People aiming every chance that they get. I don't want any people talking about it.
Yeah, they talking about it.
Yeah, they been glad at the paper. You can tell them keep on hating because the money never running out. Be the money. Oh, the well player be stunting every time a youngin' pull it out. Be the money.
In terms of him operating with a certain obligation, does that?
See you, Buffs Dynasty, man. But we finna move on. We finna get into Shadeur's comment about where everybody's Super Bowl. So, man, appreciate that super chat. See you, Buffs Dynasty.
In terms of him operating with a certain obligation, does that sort of flow over to you as his son and being in the spotlight, as you just answered, that it's a different level in how you feel you have to perform? Do you have an obligation to perform at a different level?
It's been that since day one. I remember first media day when I was in HBCU, I said we won't lose a game. I'm undefeated in the SWAC, so I already know what the expectation comes with. I know we're everybody's Super Bowl, so I'm really just I always stay level-headed, stay grounded, because I would never want to be that guy, look back, and not being able to take advantage of the moment that we have right now.
So, hey, like Shadeur says, he knows the moment. He knows what the expectations are for the season. He's ready. He's ready to go. So, Coach Dre, how are you feeling about Shadeur's comments to the question?
One guy I'm never worried about. Well, it's a few guys on our team that I'm never worried about. If they are, again, he's been in this limelight and this media type of thing all his life. His dad's the best cornerback to ever play, but then, they started highlighting his career, especially since high school. And so he's always been under the spotlight, always been under the pressure, always been under the attention. So I think he's prepared. Again, I think I saw a spot where he said, everybody talking about what I should have done and what I could have done. You get sacked 50 times and tell me what your footwork look like and stuff like that. And that's what the thing is. This kid still had a stellar season with 50 sacks and getting knocked on his back and all of that kind of stuff. Now, just imagine if you keep this kid upright and he can throw the football like he should. I'm just expecting, like I said, I'm expecting Heisman type things from Shadeur Sanders, and I feel like he's ready. I mean, it ain't no questions asked about it. I think we have a good offensive line. I heard Coach Prime, pretty much say a lot about the starters and stuff of that nature. But he also said he feel like he got 10 offensive linemen that could be starters. Again, I've been preaching, 13. So 10 is all, and that's what always been my saying. I need 10 that I feel good about, and 3 that, what I'm saying, that we can go, that we know that can get the job done if one of those 10 ain't ready. So, like I say, I don't know much, but I know a little bit. And so, yeah, you got to feel good about how Shadeur feels. I think he feels comfortable in the pocket. You see these offensive linemen working, and that should give him the confidence he needs to go out there and put up Heisman-like numbers.
One of the things I loved about it, is how he highlighted the HBCU, right? Being at Jackson State, and going undefeated. Only losing in the Celebration Bowl, right? Didn't lose in the SWAC at all. I think that's a tremendous highlight that people forget about, right? Because he knew what he had to do when he got there. Because what happened that spring of COVID, them going 4-3, he wanted to make sure that didn't repeat that following year. So it's kind of the same mindset that Shadeur got when he was there, right? We went 4-8 last year. His mindset is we're gonna win this year. He wanted to go out with a win, and he know for him to be a first-round pick, we got to win. For us to have multiple first-round picks, as Coach Prime says, we got to win. At all due. Not at all due cost, but it's got to be togetherness. It's got to be 11 people on that field, all on the same string, ready to go, ready to fight, ready to battle. And so when you look at Shadeur Sanders and the statement that he made is, he know the goal, and one of the things that I love so much about what you see right now is you see the older players teaching the younger players, giving them tips, giving them details. Hey, I see this, what you see. Shadeur having that conversation with receivers to make sure that they're on the same cue and not just feeling like he bigger than everybody else. So you got to love what you see from that standpoint and, what's moving forward.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, I think we on the right path. I think them boys have coming together like that first meeting of the summer when Jimmy came out and said, "Fast, we got to gel fast, we got to gel quick." I think we're doing that. So, like I said, I like where we at right now with 2 weeks left of probably of the summer workouts before we get into fall workout.
Yeah, they're gonna have that. They're gonna have a little. They're gonna have a little break right before fall camp starts to make sure everybody's little neck injuries and treatment and things like that. So, man, we almost to that point of fall practice starting. Fall practice starts on the 29th. That's the first day they have meetings. That's the first day y'all gonna start to see the well off in them in the team meeting room before everything gets real. So, hey, we close. We're close. So, I actually, I'm ready for this, man. I feel great about what we got. Prime giving out, the starting offensive line as of right now. Things could change, we get into fall practice. One thing I do feel comfortable about is we got 10 guys from the offensive line. So I do like the position that we in, so for sure. Go ahead, Coach Dre.
No, I didn't say nothing, bro.
Okay. But hey, this is Hot Topic Friday, man. Drop some topics y'all want to talk about. I'm finna open this thing up, so if y'all want to come on, y'all want to ask us a question, y'all can, man. It's Hot Topic Friday. It ain't just about us, it's about y'all. But those were 3 hot topics that we wanted to make sure that we address first before we let anybody on the show. But if there's anything that you want to talk about, man, just feel free to, put it in the chat. We're going to make sure that, we get it addressed for you. And if we can't, hey, we going to just leave it alone. But we ain't going to just make up something just to answer your questions. But now that media day is all over with, all the glitz and glamour, all the fireworks and all that over, how excited do you feel, just looking at media day and CU's opportunity to dominate this season, Coach Dre?
I mean, like you say, right now, we're doubting. People don't think that we're going to be as good as we think we're going to be, and that's okay. That's definitely okay. I feel good. Like I say, I feel good about the way the team has gelled together. I feel good about the way the team has progressed. Everybody's not there from the spring, but the new additions that we did add from there, I think they've came in and showed what they can do and how they can affect us. I think BJ Green is going to be a absolute stud. I think you saw that it's some new guys with L's on their chest. I know Shiloh didn't have an L last year, so going to media day this year and seeing him come out with his jersey on and him having an L. I don't know if Vassell had an L on his chest either, but he had one on his jersey. So that lets you know that Coach Prime is seeing the work that these young men are putting in. So we got to feel good about how we doing, and you got to feel great about the way those young men conducted themselves at media day, the way they answer questions, how they were straightforward and honest. And I just appreciate it. What's up, my guy Dev? What's going on?
What up, Dev?
Yo. Shout out to the good guys. How y'all feeling today?
Man, we good, man. We over here, man. Just, today it's Hot Topic Friday, man. Man, I'll just say this, man. We just thankful that, we had this opportunity to get on her and talk, I never want people to take that for granted like it's a given, right? But to be thankful for, the support that we get. And, every time we go live, whether it's on Twitter, where we at, the love that we get, we just thankful for it, man. And I don't want that to go unnoticed for sure.
That's right.
But hey, we got a topic we're gonna get into. We got 2 of them, but this first one we're gonna get into. Let's talk about Juju's rankings dropping. Got Dad and Prime speaking on it. So hey, Dev, you up, man? You might have a little intro coming to the show, but you never know. But hey, man, welcome to the show, man. Go ahead and drop it on them, man.
Show got Dad and Prime speaking on it.
Go ahead, Dev.
Yeah, that like we said before, man, that ranking stuff, it's kind of ridiculous. It's one I'll say that's kind of good news for us, right? We kind of see the writing on the wall. Everybody kind of already assumed what's going on, but that type of stuff typically has been happening whenever somebody's linked to Colorado, somebody linked to Prime. Travis Hunter dropped a couple spots when he was the number one player in the country forever. Jordan Seaton dropped a couple spots, and now you got Juju dropping. If he would have dropped maybe, just a couple, but you dropped him 20, 30, 40 spots, like that's just ridiculous. But I mean, we can look at it on the bright side. It seems like, that's good news for us, right? So we'll take it, but you can't take it to heart. At least, some of these other places still got him ranked like he should be, but it is what it is.
For sure, man. I mean, when you look at, what On3 did for the Elite 11 and how they talked about Juju and this, that, and the third, and to drop him like that, I mean, you know what time it is, man. You know exactly what time it is when it comes to the University of Colorado and Juju. They just see the writing on the wall, right? When they start talking to people behind the scenes, they start talking to, this person, that person, they starting to get the sense that he's going to Colorado. And you know what happens when they get a sense of players going to Colorado. They didn't deal it with every single player. They did it with Travis Hunter. They did it with Jordan Seaton. They did it with Cromartie. Any top player that's coming to Colorado, they're going to drop. Even the 4-stars, they're going to drop them, right? Because they don't want to see Prime have a higher class than anybody. They don't want to see them in the top 15, top 10 class, right? You can go out and get all the guys necessary to compete to have a top 15 class, and they're going to make sure that it's a top 40 class. So it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I just think it's a bunch of smoke and a bunch of BS at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, rankings don't matter once they get on campus. That's how I look at it. You can be a high 5-star, high 4-star. When you get on campus, and all that goes out the window because you still gotta go prove yourself now. All it does is, if you're a 5-star, put more light on you to perform early. That's all it does. And it does sometimes it doesn't give them an opportunity to develop at the college level because so much pressure is put on them because they're a 5-star. That's how I look at it. But go ahead, Coach Dre.
I mean, like I've been telling y'all, man, is what I don't like is that you doing this to young men that haven't done anything, but you put more pressure on a young man who these high school kids work hard to get those stars because people build it up. Oh man, you got to be this, you got to be that. Guys, if any high school kid is listening, you don't have to be a 4 or 5-star to make a big impact at the next level. If you him, you just go out there and play. But for a guy to be ranked and for you guys to be saying this kid is going to be the best, and because he makes a decision that's not profitable for you, because see, that's what it's about, guys. It's about the profit. It's about the profitability for them and to make them look good and to make them look like they know what they talking about. And like you say, and then they want certain schools to be the top ranked. But that don't mean the Hill of Beans. Ask Texas A&M. They had 3 number 1 recruiting classes. It ain't established no SEC championship, no national championships. They ain't even win the West in the SEC when they was having the conferences. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Just because you got the top ranked football class don't mean that is going to translate into wins for your football team. Because again, you have to, but I don't believe they should do kids that way. How Travis Hunter go from being the number 1 player in the country all 11th and 12th grade until he tell you he going to Jackson State. And no, he's not a legit 5-star. He's number 3 player in the country. Juju Lewis been the best quarterback. And now all of a sudden he ain't. His kids in front of him. Y'all miss us with that. But it's okay. Like Dale said, it does give us it makes your percentage go up about him going to the University of Colorado. But again, guys, I don't want any pressure on that kid. It's a hell of a decision to make because it's business now for college football. And it's where you're going to spend your next 4 years of your life, or 3 years probably for Juju because he's probably not going to be there all 4. And so, but let's just be patient and wait till we get that news, and then we can celebrate and feel good about, another kid coming in, big top-notch kid that when people say Coach Prime can't, recruit high school kids.
Shout out to Lulu from Fort Myers. That's all I'm gonna say to end that. But hey, Coach Dre, I know this is one of the topics that you wanted to talk about that really hit home for you. The Dylan Edwards interview, right? The case they put out. You know, I know you want to talk about that, and I forgot to put that on the list today. But I'm glad that Smiley. Shout out to Smiley. You know, one of the RobDaManMedia members. Shout out to you. Shout out to the whole Discord family that's in the building. And what that interview really meant.
What it showed you was that kid tossed and turned with a decision. It also showed you that kid had high quality character. If you haven't watched the video, go watch it. And watch how the interview dude leads up to the Colorado part. And watch Dylan Edwards almost get moved to tears when he gets to the Colorado part. Because of the simple fact is, back to something Coach Prime say, it's about the relationships and the love and the care. Forget about the football, guys. Don't think about the football. This man talks about, I got pictures in my house of me and Coach Prime arms and him coaching me as a legit. And not only that, for all you people that be hollering about Coach Hard and Coach Mathis and all of them, 20 years, Coach Matt, you know, the relationship I got with the coaches on this staff and the love that they've always shown me. And so he felt like with Coach Prime, and then he tells you that Jackson State was in his top 5 the whole time he was recruited. The school that he's at now is the first school that offered him a scholarship, and it's the school of his father. And it's the first school he committed to. He was committed to Kansas State all the way up until his senior year. And then he committed to Notre Dame because of the relationship he had with some guys he'd been playing 7-on-7 with. Again, we've been telling y'all 7-on-7 is big. These kids, these top-notch, this is where a lot of recruiting goes on and a lot of talking goes on amongst the top players, is at these 7-on-7 camps and getting on these 7-on-7 teams. And so he decommits from the school that he had been committed to, and he commits to Notre Dame. He also tells you that every school has different criteria to get in. So the criteria he was taking at his high school didn't match what you had to have to get into the University of Notre Dame. The young man said he had to go and take extra classes to get into Notre Dame. And said weeks before it was signing day, all of a sudden, boom, Coach Prime gets a Power 5 job. And he said he felt like God was like, hey, you know, the people you love and care for you when you was a little kid and taught you the game, he got a job. And not only Coach Prime, but Mathis and all these guys, I get to play with some other guys from Truth. Hey, I felt like I needed to go and play with them. In that, like I say, he's almost moved to tears. He gets himself back composed, and he tells you that, but once he got to Colorado, he got homesick. Homesickness is real. If you used to being home, one of my brothers had said, when you a homebody, if you really don't go out and do stuff like that, and you're a real family-oriented person, and you're used to your parents, like a lot of these kids, this is going to be the first time their parents don't see them play, or Mike can't get to their games. Their parents got to watch them play on the TV and stuff. So you're used to your mom and dad being there and stuff of that nature. So I just think I chalked it up to Dylan. I think bro just got homesick. I think he just wanted to be in Kansas. And then I really believe it was because Kansas might have just been where he really wanted to be at first. Just other things, altered his decision. And that's what I'm telling you. It's tough for these young men to make these decisions. It is very tough. It is very strenuous. He tells you it's very stressful. But that interview also gave him shots where he could have took shots at Colorado. Not saying that the interview dude did anything wrong. It's just some of his questions. If he wanted to, he could have unloaded if he wanted to, and he didn't. So that lets you know that it wasn't that. And back to some of the stuff we talked about earlier, when he talks about how he was struggling with the concept, or maybe didn't know some of the plays and stuff. He said he called up the other guys. He said there was no animosity in that room. He say Smoke, Alton McCaskill, Hank, all them boys. He said if they didn't know, he said they'd come to him and break it down, stay with him for 2 or 3 hours, and let him get his stuff together, knowing that this kid is coming in here to take my job or could play in front of me. That didn't matter to them. They wanted to make sure the young man was getting the knowledge, and them the kind of character ball players you want. Them the kind of character ball players that you want. And so I was very impressed with that young man in his interview. His first interview, first time talking about the Colorado situation, and you saw the heart of the young man. You saw the character of the young man. I can see why Coach Prime and his staff wanted Dylan Edwards on their team. No ifs, ands, and buts about him. I wish him the best, except for that one time when they play Colorado.
I think that when I look at that interview, and I'm going to segue right to Dev on it, what I took from that interview was that the narrative that people try to create and situations that people try to create, Dylan Edwards came out and showed you and told you the truth. And I think a lot of that went over a lot of people's heads, or they haven't watched it yet. And if you haven't watched it, I would definitely tell you go watch that whole interview. Or you could just watch the segue of Dylan Edwards just talking about Colorado, and you could see his demeanor change as when he first started to when he got to the Colorado piece. And it hit home for him, right? It was a place that he didn't want to leave Colorado, but he left because he wanted to go play with his boys. And nobody can be mad about that, right? And so a lot of times when people, came out and said this is why he left, this, that, and the third, and all of this, really didn't understand what was going on. It was just a way to create a narrative to say this why this player left, and a lot of times, a lot of these players that leave CU, half of the people that report on it or say something don't truly know what's going on. They really don't until the player comes out and speaks upon it. And I'm glad that he spoke upon it. He took his time and really expressed how he felt about his time in Colorado. So with all that being said, I'm gonna pass it to Dev. And get his thoughts on it.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't watch it. I started to, and what like Coach Dre said, I should have skipped to the Colorado part, but I just couldn't bring myself to watch the whole thing. But I'm glad Coach Dre was able to kind of articulate really pretty much what happened, how kind of maybe his demeanor and how he felt about it. But I will say, like you said, Rob, some of the narratives that everybody was going with, like, oh, such and such pushed him out, this running back came and he was leaving. I had already heard a live that Bucky did, Deion Jr. did, and someone asked him about it, and he said that it was something that they knew could be a possibility for months. Like it wasn't something that just came, just popped up out of nowhere, or again, this running back came in, so I'm leaving because this running back. He said, hey, it's something that we knew was in the air for a long time. We knew it was a possibility. We just weren't sure if it was going to happen or not. So that goes to show, like, hey, maybe Dylan had a conversation right after the season. I remember I heard right after the season that he had kind of hinted towards it. So that means, again, it's something that had been thought about. It's something that he mentioned, at least to the people who matter. And it was just a matter of like, hey, I really need to kind of come to a decision. And he finally came to the decision. Like you said, I mean, playing with friends, playing with guys that you went to school with, 7-on-7s, your best friend, quarterback, and so on and so forth. Like, yeah, I mean, I want to go and continue whatever I was doing at home with my friends, with my girl, with my parents right up the street, however it goes. So I get it.
Yeah, I mean, in the interview too, Dev, he says he sat down with Shadeur. He said I sat down with Shadeur and talked to him, and he said Shadeur said, "Baby, do what's best for you." He said Shadeur told him, "Do what's best for you." So, like you say, I think that all of this played a factor into it. And then, like you say, you want to go back home, you ride up the road, stuff like that. But like I said, that's why I say don't kill kids when they holler about transfer. Everybody's not transferring for money, guys. Everybody's not transferring for money. Some kids, they it's just, they used to certain stuff. I wish some of y'all would go back and listen to Coach Riz with his when he was doing his thing and dropping them jewels and telling y'all that it's a lot of kids in a lot of places that they might have did go chase the money, but they realize they not happy where they're at. So you got to do what's best for you and what's in the best in your interest, because the mental part, you have to be with yourself a lot when you in college, and that mental part is a big thing. And if you don't have that together, it can really break you down. And because they say that that's one of the highest suicide is at a high rate for college athletes, and that's what you don't want. So I'm just glad that the young man, even though people are upset, that he did what was best for him. And you got to applaud him for that.
Hey, Coach Reds, if you watching, pull up on us. I got something we can talk about for sure. Warren G, what's the word? J-Dot, go ahead. Warren G, what's up? Warren G, you there? All right, so we got one more topic to talk about that somebody sent in. Please talk about Corey Phillips' 1-year anniversary of donating a kidney to his mom, all while building a great roster. So, man, I think a lot of people don't know he donated his kidney to his mom. I wish I could donate my kidney to my mom, but I can't because I'm not a match for her. To go through that road, to see them, in dialysis, to see the struggle of one of your kidneys not working, to go through that, man, it's hard. Anybody that truly know me, some days is better than other days. A lot of things that you would never see live for me saying anything. That's why I'm so thankful for my brother Coach Dre, because he do call and check up on me to make sure, I'm all right. With them days that I'm down, he called me 2 or 3 times throughout the day. And that's one of the friendships that, I can never,
Dev,
Yes, sir.
there?
I'm still here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I mean, what bro telling y'all is real. So when you talk about Corey Phillips, that's a touchy subject for bro. But like I say, a lot of people don't know that Corey Phillips went through that while building a great roster. That his mom was sick. That went on last year. That he was sick. That what's up, baby? Come on. And he did that all while building a great roster, having a great team, and I think that's why his team is so strong and so together, because they went through that. And that's what I mean when I say check on your people, make sure your people all right. Like I say, I call bro all the time. Make sure he all right, because you never know what somebody going through or what kind of pain they are feeling. It's real. And so that's why that's the reason why I follow Colorado. It ain't nothing about football. It's not nothing about football. These are great human beings that needs to be spotlighted. We spotlight all this stupid stuff all the time. Every time you turn on this TV, it's something dumb going on. But spotlight what this man did for his mom. Spotlight doing that while building a great program, and you had to make this decision. You had to make this decision while trying to put together a program right then. You get what I'm saying? And so now, this year, him being healthy and seeing his mom, people don't understand. If I know my family all right, I can do my job a little better. It's a little different when I got to think about if mom's sick or this going on, this, and this, and this. So, yes, man, you got to give Corey Phillips a thumbs up. I think the pregame network just did a thing. Uncle Neely just did something with him. He gets a chance to talk to him. I think it just dropped today, so y'all go check it out. And go ahead, fellas.
No, I'm finna talk about it. I just, I had to take a moment right quick. But like I was saying, man, I wish I could give my kidney to my mom right now. But I'm not a match. I wish I would, but I'm not. So, everything that, Corey went through, you know, giving his mom his kidney and, the dialysis part and the ups and downs, the road, the stress that comes with it, it's hard, man. And that's why, I appreciate, my brother Coach Dre for checking on me each and every day, to make sure I'm good, just to make sure, just make sure my mental right at times, because some days it's a challenge more than the other days with my mom because I never know what state of mind my mom gonna be in. There's been days my mom thought about just giving her life up just because of this kidney. So I can definitely understand what Corey going through, giving his kidney away and to make sure that his mom is good. And that's a subject that, it should be talked about. It should be celebrated, and I'm glad that Corey's good, right? Because going through the testing and everything to give a kidney away is more than what most people think it is. And anytime you can extend a hand to somebody to sacrifice something from you is different. But it do hit home for me, personally, because I understand it. But good thing is my mom's second on the list, to have her kidney. So there it is.
Man, Rob, my prayers go out to you and your family, bro. Anyone else that's dealing with either dialysis or even chemo. I have firsthand experience with dealing with chemo. Uh, have family members, very close family members, that have to deal with that. So, and it can take a toll on you mentally. Um, I think um, that everybody that goes through that should have somebody that they can talk to. You ain't got to go through life by yourself. If this world was meant for us to do it by ourselves, we'd be here by ourselves. So just remember that, you ain't gotta have the S on your chest. The S on the chest was made up. It's fiction. It's a fictional character that doesn't exist. So support is important. Please surround yourself with support if you ever have to uh, have those challenges, man. And I'll be praying for you and your family, and I mean that straight up. I'm a praying man. Uh, I stay on my knees, bro, because that's the best way I get my strength. That's where I get my strength for sometimes dealing with my parents, and that's the only thing I know how to do, other than to reach out to you guys. I think these platforms that we have, whether it is therapeutic for me, because I get to come outside of my element where I'm dealing with a lot of health issues that are with people that are close to me. It helps me to uh, detox for a minute, if I could say that, before I have to go back into the grind of taking care of my peoples and you know. But so you guys have been more of a help to me than you think. You don't even realize how these conversations, these platforms have been that for me. It's been my refuge away from the the struggles of life. So I wanted to make that clear to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all uh, on so many levels.
Shout out to Mama Rod, man. You know what? That just made me think. My grandmother was on dialysis when I was younger, and we would have to go up there, to Dallas Center and see it and all that. But at the time, I was probably elementary school, middle school. So at the time, you're not actually understanding what's going on. But now that y'all are talking about it, I can kind of relive, those moments going in there and having to sit there and see it and kind of see how weak she was and so on and so forth. So shout out to Mama Rob, man, for, fighting and trying to pull through. And hopefully that we get to the top of that list real soon.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I say, man, it's for Warren, bro. Like you say, man, that's what we come on here for. I think a lot of people think we come on to talk about Colorado, but the main purpose is to show people that it's bigger than football, life bigger than football, and that we can come together over this thing and make another family and be able to help each other and go back to them days where people care about somebody as much as they care about themselves. And that's why I say we're going to push this positive movement. Shout out to my boy Dino, Scope Buffs, Mad Titans, J-Dot, who behind the scenes do a whole lot for RobDaManMedia. And don't you get what I'm saying? Like I told you, I ain't no content creator. I'm just here to help my brothers, for B. Watts, for sticking it out and not reaping his rewards and all that kind of stuff. So, man, we just going to push this positive movement. Me and Rob never wavered in, oh, y'all too positive, oh, y'all this, y'all that. Y'all call me, like you say, man, y'all call me what you want to call me. Because if this stopped today, I'm going to still be Coach Dre in the city of Gainesville, Florida. I'm going to still be that, a guy who people look up to, young men. So it's great to get on here and you get to meet new people. Like you say, Dino got the queens over here. We got the first, and they first ladies over here. So, and giving these, I'm so proud of seeing D Goddess and them other women get up on that platform the other day and speak about football and giving them the avenue to do that. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to push this positive movement. And like you say, you never know what this could do for somebody during the day. And like I told you, when I get up in the morning, I'm trying to bless somebody. I'm trying to bless somebody. I'm trying to put a smile on their face, because you don't know what somebody going through if they don't tell you, if they don't open their mouth, if they don't say anything. But if I can make you feel better within this hour or so, maybe you done had a bad, you at work and you ain't having the greatest of day, and we can make your day just a little bit better. Hey, man, we did our job. And I think that that's something that other fan bases don't get to bring that unity together. So we gotta be thankful for that. Rob, you ready to close it out, Papa?
Go ahead.
Like I said, we want to thank everybody for tuning in today, man. We had a great show. Like I say, we talked more about life than we did about football, and that's always a good thing. We'll be, like you say, we'll be on with Mama Benson and Khalil on Sunday with B. Watch. Y'all check us out at 8 o'clock. Y'all check out my man Dino. He should probably be live Sunday around 11 or so with them boys. So y'all check them boys out. As always, I always tell you, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my guy, Rob the Man. We appreciate my brother Dev and my aunt Warren for coming up here and sharing with us today. Like I say, we'll see y'all Sunday. Love and respect.
We're kicking off a little college football.
It is that time of year again.
College football, it is back.
Here in Boulder, Colorado, right now is the epicenter of college football.
It's time. Let's go.
Welcome to RobDaManMedia with co-host Coach Dre.